Hello everyone, I'm Syed Amir. Welcome to a new video. In this video, we will cover up one topic. The name of the topic is radial basis function. It is used into artificial neural network only, and we won't say it's a type of neural network, but we uses one type of function. The name of that function is what? Radial basis function. Into this into this function, there will be only one hidden node. If you remember artificial neural network, what we have one input layer, one output layer, and in between, if you have a lot of complex calculation, you will be having hidden nodes, right? So for RBF function especially, there will be only one hidden node in between, and into that hidden node we will be applying what? This radial basis function. So let's first understand what radial basis function is. For example, if I have a data set, right here I'm taking the example of classification. So I have only two type of data set here. I mean, there are only two classes here. One is star class and one is what? Circle class. For example, this is my yes and this is my no. Similar to SVM, remember into support vector machine what we have there, the data is not linearly separable, right? Here also the data is not linearly separable. So what do you mean by linearly separable? One single line can divide your data set. That is what linearly separable. So if I want to draw a line, I can't have any line which will linearly separate the two classes. Agree with this? So if you really want to classify this, how can you go with? For example, if I'm using SVM, so how to do that thing? After like classifying, I will be getting a line something like this, right? It's a curve something like this. Agree? So same thing your RBF will be doing. Similar to SVM. Into SVM, if you remember, what we do, we increase the dimension, right? From 2D to we go to 3D or higher Ds. Similarly into RBF also we will be doing that thing, right? But that is not a compulsory step into RBF. Mark my words. Into SVM we do that thing always, right? But here what we do, it's not a compulsory step to increase the dimension. So what other thing is it do? Now see, we have this data set, right? The first thing that RBF will be doing is, if required, if the data set is very complex, it will increase the dimension. Otherwise, if the data set is not too much complex, it will try to perform the second step. Now what's the second step? See, you have this data set. Now we will try to expand this data set. How to expand it? We will expand into this direction and this direction, from here in this direction. So it's like we are expanding this complete data set in these two directions. So what will happen? It will spread out. Agree what I'm saying? And at the same time we will press the data set in vertical direction. So something like this we will press. We are pressing from this direction and we are expanding into this direction. What will happen? After expanding to a certain value, you will be getting all stars here, you will be getting all circles here. So you can simply draw a line and linearly separate the data. Are you getting it? So that is the second step and the most important step of radial basis function. How your RBF do that thing? Let's understand that thing. So you will be having this data set into 2D form. Agree? We will consider one or more than one center among this data set, or can be like anywhere. Okay, so I am taking one simple example. For example, I am taking this as my center. Let's denote it by for example X. Okay, and we will draw concentric circles from this center of circle. Fine. So we'll be having a lot of circles. Same thing will be done here. We will be considering any one center here, and from that center we will draw concentric circle. What's the use of it? Now see, for example, any of the point, for example, this is my star here, lies here on the circle. So the distance between my center and this X will be calculated as what? The radius of this circle. Agree what I'm saying? The distance between the X, that is my center of circle, and this particular X value will be calculated as what? calculated as the radius between this, right? So simple, you can say, for example, the point is P. So what is the distance between X and P? That is denoted by R. I hope you're getting it. Okay, so to perform this operation, to expand this and to compress this from vertical side, it uses three, like any one of the three functions. The first function that your RBF uses is multi-quadric. The name of the function is what? Multi-quadric function. So the equation of this function is r square plus c square raised to half, where the value of c is greater than 0. Now see the meaning of r. R is what? Radius, the distance between these two, right, from the center and to the given point. So that is my r. What is c? Any constant value. Okay, so raised to 1 by 2, where the value of c should be greater than 0, should not be into negative. Okay, so if you draw the diagram, if you draw a graph of this particular function, it looks something like this. With respect to t, I'm drawing it. So your multi-quadric function looks something like this. That's the first function that can be used by RBF. The second function is inverse of multi-quadric. The second is what? Inverse of multi-quadric. What will be inverse of it? Tell me. Inverse is simply what? 1 upon r square plus c square raised to half, again where c, the value of c is what? Greater than 0. What should be the graph of it? How the graph of it look like? It just opposite of it. It looks like just opposite of it. So it looks something like this. Okay, the third type is the most important in many in most of the cases that is used, that is Gaussian function. Gaussian function is denoted by expression minus r square upon 2 sigma square, where sigma should be greater than 0. All these functions are with respect to what? Phi of r, for example, I'm taking. So with respect to phi of r, all these functions will be written. So got this? And the Gaussian function will look something like this. With respect to t, I am drawing again. So I hope you got this. It will do, your RBF will do two things. It will increase dimensions. The second thing it will do is what? Expand with respect to this sides and compress with respect to this side. Okay, now how it do these things with respect to any of these function, this thing will be performed. Now tell me why the name is radial basis. I told you the explanation of it. With respect to center, we draw concentric circles, and wherever your data set lies, wherever your point lies, from that point to the center we calculate the distance. So it all depends on the complete thing. Radial the complete thing depends on what? The distance of the radius. So on basis of radius we are calculating the things. That's why the name is what? Radial basis function. Into next video we will see the implementation of XOR gate using RBF. Till then, thank you.